Hi everyone. So as you probably noticed, I have had my hair cut since the last video. I don't think that was the greatest move, as I've had it cut so short that I've had to style it every morning now, so I don't really have time for that in the morning, so that was a bit of a bad move on my part. Anyway, to get to what this video is going to be about, I want to talk to you guys about my breastfeeding journey. When I was pregnant with Tristan, I really had my heart set on breastfeeding. We've had a couple of friends that have struggled with it, so I said in my head it was absolutely fine if anything goes wrong. I don't mind using formula, I just want to give breastfeeding a try. Really deep down, I really had my heart set on breastfeeding. If anything, for the nutritional benefits for him, but also it's free. If I create it myself and I don't have to pay for it, then why not? Let's give it a go. When it actually came to it, I really struggled with it. So going back to when he was in the hospital, we had so many midwives and nurses come in and really kind of push my confidence with breastfeeding. So when he was born, he latched on. We had a little bit of an issue to begin with, but then my confidence was building with it. I was feeling really good about it. But the more people that came in to visit us, the more often I was having to get my boobs out to feed him. And me personally, I don't have the best self-esteem to begin with, and to do that in front of people, I was feeling so self-conscious about it. As much as I tried, I felt sick every time I had to do it. Which, as a new mum, that's the last thing you want to be stressing about. So I had all these compliments from all the midwives and nurses to say I was doing really well. Even one nurse said I should appear on the breastfeeding monthly calendar or whatever it was called. She was that impressed with how I was doing with him. His latch was really good. I was expressing with him, and to what they saw, I was doing really well. We even had the Star Buddies breastfeeding group come round and make sure I was doing alright. Was I really confident? Yes, I was what I said to them. I had no problems in their eyes. But as I say, the more I was doing it in front of people, the less comfortable I felt with it. So when we got back home, I bought a breast pump with the purpose of expressing and freezing and putting it in the fridge for him, and all these big plans to do really well with breastfeeding. And it got to the point where my partner Ewan was coming home from work, and I was sitting on the sofa with a breast pump with my boobs out and thinking, I don't like this. I feel really self-conscious. You must think I'm disgusting right now. And the more that kept happening, the more I was like, I'm not enjoying this at all. The more I was stressing out about it in my head. And that in turn caused my body to produce less milk. I wasn't relaxed. I wasn't comfortable feeding my baby. My body wasn't going to produce that milk like it should be. So it got to the point where I was a week where my head was in this big moral dilemma. Should I feed my baby like I should be doing? Or should I swap onto formula milk? And all I kept saying was, well, when I was pregnant, I said this wasn't a big deal. Why is it being a big moral dilemma in my head? And it ended up being more of a big deal than I thought it would be. I wanted to breastfeed my kid. I really did. And this was this massive hurdle that I then had to overcome to feed him in a completely different way. Luckily, when we did make that transition eventually, which was one of the hardest things I've done so far, it has been one of the best things I've ever done. It's made me relax. I can control his feeding. I know exactly how much he's going to have. Yes, fair enough, a lot of people said, oh, you're breastfeeding? And I've said, well, no, I'm on formula, and had to try and make an excuse and things. And I've only had one health professional that's told me to stop what I'm saying, because I shouldn't be making an excuse. There's this massive stigma about having a baby and breastfeeding is the best thing. Breast is best. But at the end of the day, he's on formula, and I'm feeding him like he should be fed. He's putting on weight. He's acting like a child should be. So why should I feel ashamed of that? There shouldn't be that stigma to it. So I'm all for this fed is best, not breast is best. One of the midwives that did come around to see me after I eventually got home actually said that, you know what, he's had the best of my breast milk. it's not that bad a deal if I want to move him onto formula. He's getting nutrition from your formula. Fair enough, it's not catered like your body would create, but he's getting fed like he should be, and he will put on the weight from it, which he has done, and I don't think there should be that stigma attached to it. So if you guys have any stories or anything about your breastfeeding journey, whether you've gone onto formula, whether you've really embraced breastfeeding, I mean, it might be different next time I have a child, I don't know, but I'll give it another go. If it does all go to pot, then again, I'm not going to be ashamed to go back onto formula again. I'm going to give it a go. But it's been a massive change around. You have all these plans that you think are going to work, and then baby comes and they all go on their head. So it could all be different for the next one. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you have any breastfeeding journey stories, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!